An old adage states that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But in that regard, so is ugliness. In America, appearance is the key to success. So what happens when, say, you have a bubble growing out of the top of your head? Or what if your eyes stick out from your face at disgusting proportions? Today, I will be introducing you to the red-cap Oranda, also known as the spongehead fish. I would like to note that upon researching a picture of this scamp, I stumbled upon this picture of a cat with a sponge on its head. I would like to establish my credibility here, stating that I am capable of differentiating between a spongehead fish and a cat with a sponge on its head. Nonetheless, this breed of goldfish, as stated on the Bristol Aquarius Society's website, is equally fancied by Western and Far Eastern enthusiasts. However, it also looks like a raspberry with fins. Within the next few moments, I will introduce you to the fish, its hilarious appearance, and the moral lesson that this little imp can teach us. The red-cap Oranda, as described by Dr. Jungle's Animal World website, is totally white except for the cherry red hood. Take note that hood directly correlates to the bubbly deformity carefully positioned over its entire face. Because of such a growth, as stated by Julia Barnes in her book 101 Facts About Goldfish, Orandas are also known as the flattering term gooseheads. Not nearly as flattering as a cheese head or a parrot head, but it's right up there. Meanwhile, Dr. Jungle's site also enlightens us that the fish can grow to be 6 or 7 inches of chubby goodness and originated in China. Red-cap Orandas also make good pets and are of little fuss, although in the official guide to goldfish from the Goldfish Society of America, it is stated that Orandas are not prescribed for new fish enthusiasts. However, one happy owner, who posted on Dr. Jungle's site as Carrie Ann, owns an Oranda cleverly named Livingston, who, personally, found her really easy to take care of. The notoriety of the red caps is based entirely on their white body and noteworthy red crown. Crown meaning inflamed face meaning humorous appearance. Speaking of its comical look, what makes this fish appear so pleasing to the funny bone? The enlarged and excessively pronounced head doesn't hurt. The explosive cheeks are an added bonus, especially since they complement the extreme arch of the hood. The beady eyes add a hint of comic relief as well. Especially notable is the rotund little body, which in conjunction with the previously mentioned features, gives the little critter that George W. Bush staring into the sun appearance. So what exactly is that contraption sprouting out of the top of the Oranda's head? Even though it does look like a brain, I'm disappointed to report that it is not. In all honesty, the growth does not serve any specific purpose other than earning puzzled looks from the human race. As described in Marshall Ostro's book, Goldfish, A Complete Owner's Manual, the growth is soft, but not as soft as it looks, and it is not very easily torn. The hood is, however, subject to infection from debris, bacteria, and fungi that can settle in the tiny folds of the growth. Basically, the hood is an enormous red neon sign atop the head that screams, "Disease is welcome here." And if other fish assume that it actually is an external brain, I suppose it also serves to make other breeds of fish jealous of the Oranda's immensely visible external knowledge. While still taking note of the fish's appearance, the Bristol Aquarius Society gives guidelines for the ideal red-cap Oranda, which is humorous in and of itself. The highlight is that the red-cap Oranda hood should be developed in the cranial region only, meaning that the flawed fish could entirely blow up like a blimp. Also, the Goldfish Society of America, in their book, The Official Guide to Goldfish, demonstrate what they deem as quality and low-quality Orandas. On page 17, a photo of an innocent fish finds itself matched with the caption as, "This red-cap Oranda is very poor quality." Well, so much for self-esteem, but by judging the little rogue through this picture, I'd have to say that his only flub is looking proportional. More detailed, however, is the Oranda on page 99, where such a specimen is regarded as a very nice quality red-cap Oranda with an excellent cap that does not extend below the eye line. Now, who decided that this is the definition of aquarian beauty? My expertise leads me to believe that the fish is storing fats and carbohydrates in what appear to be fishy love handles. And it seems to me that the growth on the scalp is progressively devouring the rest of the head. It is comforting to know, however, that curvy bodies are stylish in the fish world, thus ending any concern for Oranda anorexia. But honestly, what fish experts consider to be the ideal Oranda actually has such an extreme arch in its back that, as noted in the official guide to goldfish, causes the Oranda to swim with its face downwards. Now, heaven forbid one of the plastic plants in the tank should fracture and be top-heavy. The pretentious Oranda would never see it coming. But now that we've laughed at the expense of this little rascal, let's take a serious look at the moral issue that the red-cap Oranda presents. The poor little fellow cannot help that it has what appears to be a berry growing out of the top of its face. It cannot help how chubby it gets or how teeny its eyes are. In all actuality, the red-cap Oranda poses a fine example for domestic fish. It requires very little care and will grace any home with its elegant fins. They are also non-aggressive, and although they are not recommended for amateur fish enthusiasts, proficient fish owners will find them to be a delightful addition to any tank. While the common person may think that Orandas look ugly upon examination, they actually make better pets than, say, a cute and cuddly little hamster. The red-cap Oranda just goes to show that one cannot judge a book by its enormously large cranium. So next time you find yourself confronted by a hefty fellow with mammoth cheeks and a colossal head, think twice before you judge. Appearance is temporary, albeit comical. The red-cap Oranda must struggle through life while trying to avoid walloping its head into the top of the fish tank, when in all actuality, the Oranda is the archetypal domestic fish. Within the past few moments, we have unearthed the characteristics of the fish, admired its amusing guise, and even learned a moral principle from the little scalawag. While the red-cap Oranda struggles to gain acceptance, let's take the lesson learned and apply it to our lives. For example, let's try to look past the deformed and inflated eyeballs of this calico bubble eye. Or let's try to see the soul inside of the immensely gargantuan eyes of this mixed celestial-eyed goldfish. No, really, like, try or something. Thank you for your life, little Oranda. You have made us realize what's most important in modern society. Plastic surgery. I mean, what's on the inside? Thank you.